You're watching WTWS, New London, Hartford, New Haven.
On the base car, tucked it in. Green flag races. The 25. Lights it out. Out of Guilford. Great job on the start. Lots of pressure up on the outside by the 43. John Rossetto doing a great job. Getting by down into turn number 3.
Running yellow way up on the high side. Then number 43X takes over the lead from the 25 of Mike Durant. Durant dropping back to the 7. The 9 of Tim Menard just making it back out onto the speedway to receive the green flag. Side by side for third and fourth position with the 82 of Mike Aldridge. Joe Mullen in the purple number 23. Kevin Devis in the 58, 39 of Brower, the 19 of Danny Field. In the 85 of Dennis Bloom gets the side by Hunter Nose Lucky. Bloom not able to get that machine up to racing speed.
Okay, here comes the field, ladies and gentlemen. Bearing down on the rookie. Just trying to keep out of trouble. Let's see how she keeps her head as the field of late models thunder on by. She gets the flag to scoot it in. 43X car from Ron Angiolo out of Branford, black 5 in turn number 1. Takes the wall right down the front stretch, right under the starter's stand. It's upset him too bad, he took a tough hit. Mike comes back the rest of the still handling race car as the laps went off. 24 laps on the book.
Angiolo started to develop the push in that car, but he can't keep it down low. He's flicked off the wall a couple times now, and that time he only lost a couple positions. He's still hanging on top. Front is Kevin Devis in the 58, 82 of Mike Aldridge running in second. And Mark St. Hilaire and Matt Copeland battling it out for the third position. 7 of Mark Anderson runs in the fifth, 19 of Phil Rondo. John Brower Jr. is right in there along with the 89 of Larry Cody. Last week's winner, he's working his way up the field. Now to a battle with the 43 of Angiolo. Angiolo up on the high side, Cody down low. Cody's got that car handling really well. Angiolo pushes right up to the wall. Runs a mile down the back.
6 laps to go. 58 cars. Kevin Devis on home field. Wonderful job of holding back in the field. The late models lots of lap traffic. Getting around this field. The 9th here at the Waterford Speedbowl. Sitting in second slot now. Driving the number 40 car. Is that number 40 car was that Copeland.
Doesn't have a lot of time left. Only 4 laps remaining. Kevin Devis still up in front. Got a half straightaway lead. Sitting in between those two cars, the lap automobile, the 11 of Terry Frick. Frick might have come into play, slowing up the 40 of Cola. 3 laps remaining in this 50-lap race. Kevin Devis clicks off another lap. Matt Kobolek in the 40, trying to find some power to reel in. Only 2 laps remaining. Right behind him is Mike Holdridge. There's a lap car, the 9 of Tim Menyard, Mark St. Hilaire, Mark Atkinson, Phil Rondo and John Brower battling it out for the 6th position. Brower down low, Rondo up on the high side.
Here comes your race leader taking a white flag down into turn number 1. So 58 of Kevin Devis out of home field. Larry Cody, Camaro Sign, and Tennis Salon Beretta. Wonderful driving tonight. Amazing how he hangs on. The rest of the field starting around 3 miles to Waterford Speedbowl. Here's your winner, the number 58, Kevin Devis out of Oakdale.
use that old cliche, this has been a banner season for the strictly stock drivers here at the Waterford Speedbowl. On any given week, we've had upwards to 55, 56, 57 cars in the pits. The man standing to my right, Mike Caprio of East Haven, Connecticut, currently stands on the top of the heap. Mike, it must feel pretty good, the type of season you're having so far.
Yeah, it sure does. I can't ask for a better season so far. You know, we had good luck all through the season so far. You know, I owe a lot to my crew and everything like that. You know, I really can't really say enough. You know, there's good racing going on here and everything.
Now, this has to be pretty tough because each week, when you're either first or second points, you're starting 16th, 17th, 18th in the field. You got 20 laps to get to the front. How do you go about doing that without, say, knocking too many guys out of the way?
Well, you got to use your head. Driving in and out of traffic pretty quick. That's the object of the game, getting to the front first. You know, you just got to follow the guys through, and a lot of guys do give you the racing room you need to race. So really, there's not a problem as long as you got a fast car.
You had a big week last weekend. I know you won the $500 points leaders race on Sunday, collected that paycheck. What does it look like for tonight? How's the car been going to warm-ups, and what do you expect to do out there in the heat and the features?
Well, the car's really fast tonight, and I'm going to try to win the feature. You know, that's my goal. I want another feature this week. So, hope for the best.
Now, you got 2 on the season.
Right.
How many here in your career, and how many years have you been running this division?
I've been running this division for 4 years, and there's 4 features in this division.
Without slanting anybody, who were the toughest guys in this division to run against? Who were the guys that give you the toughest time each week?
Well, it'd be the 38 and the 27X of Ed Reed Jr. That's about it.
Those are the toughest guys to beat. Mike, you got a lot of people that help you out on this car and a lot of sponsors. Why don't you tell us who backs you on this operation?
Well, there's Auto Center. He's basically the biggest sponsor of us. You know, and there's Auto Center Towing. He's another big sponsor. And there's Ron's Engine Building. He's the one who puts the power under the hood, and you can't ask for a better motor than that. Then there's A&A Visual Advertising, does all the lettering for me. Basically, that's about it. And we just got a new sponsor. Matter of fact, this morning was Royal Seal of East Haven. He approached me a couple weeks ago, and we finalized the deal today. So everything's working out pretty good for us.
How about the guys that turn the wrenches, put the wheels on, and keep you going out there?
Well, there's Bubba. He's the main guy. He's the one that keeps me occupied and keeps me getting to the front. And then there's David. There's Mike. There's a bunch of guys. Everybody, my mother and my father, everybody's such a big supporter behind me. You know, and there's my sons, Brandon and Michael. Everybody's just a big support of everything.
How about away from the racetrack? What do you do for a profession, and what do you do when you're not out there running a race car?
Well, I try to spend some time with my family, and I'm a mechanic for a living. I work for my cousin, and just spend a lot of time with the family and the wife, keep her happy.
Great. Well, we expect to see a great feature tonight, and near the end, we might see Mike Caprio at the front of the pack.
We're racing.
Joe Brackett quickly dropping off the pace, having problems with that machine. That allows the M3 of Jeffrey Head to jump up in front, now getting pressured from the 44 of Russ Holly. 12 of Alan Coates. Coates hailing from Groton, now battling back on the inside underneath Holly, trying to hang on to that second position. And right behind them is 12 of Alan Coates, Louis Belisle, Jimmy Belisle, Eric Webster, and Eddie Reed Jr. in the 27X.
Looks like the whole field all the way back to about 12th spot is under one blanket. It's a strictly stock. Do some heavy competition around this first mile over here. Thundering down through 3 and 4 wide, deep back in the pack. The whole group of them now 3 wide off at turn number 2.
Up in front, lead changes over the 44 of Russ Holly now out in front. The M3 of Jeffrey Hedden drops back 1 spot. See Joey Coates in the 12X hang himself on that high side, trying to take over the second position. Right behind them is the 9 of Eric Webster. Alan Coates in the 12 down on the inside. And side by side for 6th position. See Eddie Reed Jr. in the 27X trying to make his way up on the high side. Jimmy Belisle in the 57 smoking the tires down through the turn as he gets hard on the brakes before colliding with Ed Kirsch Jr. in that 83X.
Russ Holly trying to check out the field and no good. This is 12X. He's up right behind him. Coates is hanging on, doing a wonderful job of trying to get up around the outside. Now here comes the 9. Eric Webster out across the stick and a nice spot.
Webster battling up on that high side. Webster likes running the high groove. This could be the fast way around for him. Still up in front, Russ Holly is trying to get back into the lead. The 12X of Joey Coates still hanging on up in front. Holly now sliding underneath the Coates side by side down into turn 1 and 2. Holly on the inside, Coates up on the high side, able to outpower him coming off the turn. Holly slides back into second. Here comes the 27X of Eddie Reed Jr., currently running in that fourth position. He wants to join the fight up in front.
Spin coming out of turn number 4. It's the 44. Now, turn number 3. Tough break for the 87X of John Pollard. Yellow is out. 13 laps remain. Front runners coming to the half the rest of the field. Still on the battle from the rest of the Webster definitely out in front. Watch the front 4 car pull away. Now, here we go. Here goes. Out 4. The 22 down the back straightaway. Here we go. Bailey's trying to hold on the outside. The 22 car. Early the road. Got the line on the bottom side. Bailey's trying to make the pass on the outside road. 1 and 2. But just here, the 22 car LaRose is hanging tough.
LaRose driving nice and clean through the turns. Either those two cars touching as they battle it out. LaRose comes up ahead. Currently running in the third. Bailey slips back to fourth. Now Bailey's trying back on the inside. White flag this time around. Eddie Reed Jr. in the 27X still up in front. 2 car lengths behind. That's the 12X of Joey Coates. And side by side for third position. Bailey on the inside. LaRose on the high side. This time Bailey's got that 94 Pequot Motors line down on the bottom. They rub coming off the turn. Bailey squeaks it out at the line. Slowly they come through turns forward. Field begins to wind him up. Tony Lucky lets him loose.
Down the back stretch. Good jump. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. On to turn number 4. Watch that 33 of Mark Bojanet. Charge down to turn number 1. Wait till I get to the 31. Unreal. Richie Gallup on the throttle trying to reel this guy in. Oh, flying over. Hanging on in the back. Ricky got to do a superb job of holding down that third spot right behind Jim Hewitt. Blowing the chrome horn. Big pass over right down the 26. Trying to get underneath the O. He can't quite do it. Here comes that. The number 9 is Chris Jones out of New Milford. Jones trying to pick up a spot over Hewitt. Hewitt wheels the wheel with the flying over Jones. Now Jones trying to get himself around the 19. No doing. Here he goes. Off of turn number 2. Side by side. The flying over Jones mobile down into turn number 3.
Back up in front, it's a bid for the lead. Richie Gallup in the 31. Fred putting the pressure on hard on Mark Lajeunesse. Flying through Ricky Young getting way out of shape down the straightaway. That allows the 54 of Eric Burton to slide up underneath to battle for that 5th position. Still back up in front, Richie Gallup once again trying to get under the low side of Lajeunesse. Gallup a little loose to the 31. Lajeunesse running on rail for that machine.
Looks like Gallup has serious back end problems in that 31 car. Probably a lot of power, but he can't quite get it down to the ground as he throttles up a 4.
Right behind them is the 19 of Moose Hewitt getting credit from the 9 of Chris Jones. The 54 of Eric Burton having a great view for this fight. Right behind him is the 72 of Dave Cook. A couple of rookies running together. Then it's Ricky Young in the Flying Zero, Donnie Fowler in the 26, the 16 of Ricky Knapp. Now the 54 of Eric Burton setting his sights on the 31 of Richie Gallup. As the caution comes out, car spinning off the 4th turn. That's the 26 of Donnie Fowler.
Fowler bringing out the yellow with 35 laps to go.
Eric Burton, Dave Cook to make up row number 2. A couple of rookies. Field begins to wind him up. Tony Lucky lets him loose. It's going to be Jones trying to power out in front of Lajeunesse. Lajeunesse pinned down low, Jones up behind. Remember, Lajeunesse likes running that high side. Now he's got to work the car down low, side by side, coming off of turn number 4. It's going to be Lajeunesse at the line. Jones settles for second. Dave Cook is currently running third, and then Eric Byrne in the 54 running in fourth. Very cool. And we got a bid for the lead. Chris Jones in the 9, dropping underneath the 33 Mark Lajeunesse, side by side down the backstretch. Jones sticking a wheel underneath Lajeunesse. Lajeunesse likes running the high. They touch coming out of the turn. Lajeunesse goes around. The field scrambles to get by.
Tough break for the 54 to Here comes the pace car, hard left. They're on the throttle up to the gearbox. Jones is turn number 1.
Side by side, wheel to wheel down the backstretch. Mooch Hewitt with a slight advantage over Ricky Young in the 0. Donnie Fowler slides up into that 3rd position. Now gets a wheel under the 0 of Young. Mooch Hewitt pulls out in the lead. Now getting pressured from Donnie Fowler and Ricky Young, high and low. Mooch running right down the middle of the track, trying to keep both those cars in check behind him.
10 laps to go. 10 laps to go. Now let's take a look and see what happens as the 9 car gets a little out of shape going down into turn 1. Chris Jones hangs on to it. The loose up the wheel is going up to the 33 of Lajeunesse. Lajeunesse up high. 9 all over the backside. Outside of Gallup to 31. Jones hanging on to it the best he can, but not quite good enough. Sits back in that 5th spot to number 19 Hewitt, and then there's the young man watching the master in the 54. Eric Byrne. How do you get around Mooch Hewitt? Well, you do it real carefully. 8 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen. Here comes the flying O, Ricky Young out of Canterbury in a Scotland standard gravel car.
Sparks fly coming through the turns. A couple cars getting together. Mark Lajeunesse losing a little bit of real estate to Chris Jones. Jones now trying to stick a wheel underneath Gallup. Gallup pinches him off as they run down the backstretch. Jones now taking the high side, trying to get around Gallup. And the 02 of Pete Pavone goes another lap down. That car can come into play. Jones once again tags onto the back bumper of the 31 of Gallup. Jones taking a look to the inside, now gets a wheel underneath. They touch going into the turns. Both cars look okay coming through. Still up in front, it's the flying 0 of Ricky Young. 6 laps remaining, 5 laps remaining. This 50 lapper for the modifieds.
Chris Jones doing all he can to get around Gallup in the 31. He's slipping, he's sliding, he's throttling, he's braking. He's doing it all, folks. And one get around the pass to the 31. There's the 33 listener. He's watching these guys try to do battle. As he's trying to maneuver around, Lajeunesse the 33 jumps up on him. Now the 9 gives a little tap to the 31 car. Gets the back end out of control. Unbelievable. That's the number 33 of Lajeunesse. All right, here comes the Mod Squad one more time. Sit up, folks, because this is going to be quick. 4-lap shoot-up. Look at this even start. Don't let it down in the turn 1. Gallup's up on the high side, loses momentum quick. Young in the 9 car is trying to make that Jones trying to make that move, but Hewitt's not making it easy. Hewitt's hanging up on the outside. Jones gets up, front. Hewitt gets inside. Looks like they're dirt trucking. He's modified. 3 laps to go. Off of turn number 2. Here comes the flying O, followed by the 31 of Gallup. Then we got the number 9 car, Chris Jones. Jones hanging tough with Mooch Hewitt right behind the
6 up, 2 laps to go. The flying 0, Ricky Young, starting to pull ahead, getting a little bit of room between him and Richie Gallup. Now the 9 of Chris Jones ducking to the inside of Gallup, trying to take over that position. Gallup gets loose. Jones doesn't know where to go. Drives right into the back of him, pushing him down the straightaway. Jones once again looking around the high side of the number 31. Still out in front. It's going to be the flying 0 of Ricky Young. Young coming through turns 3, now working with it down through turn 4. See Gallup getting loose on the high side here. Chris Jones trying to take it at the line, but it goes, second position goes to the 31 of Richie Gallup. Chris Jones settles for 3rd.
Great driving by both of the drivers.